Over 300 people from across the Pacific region gathered in September 2023 at the tropical surrounds of the Pacific Island Forum Secretariat, Suva, Fiji. In partnership with the Eastern Regional Organisation for Planning and Human Settlements, these podcasts capture discussions with participants that attended, talking about the new urban agenda and how a multi-stakeholder partnership can accelerate a collective action for inclusive, safe and climate resilient cities, towns and communities in Pacific Island countries. How can you support this vision?
Hello, I'm here with Betty Alupian, and it's really lovely to be able to chat with you. You normally live in PNG in Port Moresby. Whereabouts are you from in Papua New Guinea?
Melissa, I'm from the highlands of Papua New Guinea, but I live in Port Moresby.
And you have just been given a new title as President of EAROPH Pacific Islands. That's I don't know that existed before, right?
No, it's going to be the first. There is Europe, Australia, Philippines, Malaysia, New Zealand, but there's none for the Pacific Island countries. So I would really love to have PNG, Europe PNG, but for the moment I am the president for the Pacific Islands.
Yes, wow,
Yes.
that's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting and challenging too.
What does EAROPH do?
Eastern Regional Organization for Planning and Human Settlements.
So what attracted you to join EAROPH and start your own one for your region?
Actually, while I was working for the government in Papua New Guinea, especially the Department for Community Development, I was engaged in a project with Dr. Jane Stanley.
Yes.
The project was about informal economy. It was an audit of the informal economy in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
I was the team leader in PNG, and Jane was the consultant. So we worked together and got to know each other. And then she introduced me to Europe, Australia. Yeah, that's how I started the growing interest
Yes.
with the kind of work Europe.
And I saw the presentation yesterday of that, and that looked like amazing work because you did it very quickly. It was like 3 months, 6,000 interviews, was it?
Yep, about 2,000 face-to-face interviews, and
So you must have had a big team working with you, right?
Not really.
Wow.
We had a small team from the department and some from our partners. There was UN involved,
Yes.
European Union, and the National Planning Department.
Mm-hmm.
They were all involved.
Tell me a little bit about, though, what was you said the name again, the title was?
Of the project?
Yes, of the project.
It was the audit of informal economy.
Informal economy. That's a hard word to say. Informal economy. So what is that?
There's formal economy and informal economy. Formal economy is where people get paid regularly. You have laws regulating, and informal economy is the opposite of formal economy.
Under the table, as we call it in
Yes.
Australia.
Yeah, that's what. There's been a lot of different names given
Mm, mm.
with negative connotations.
Yeah, though it's an essential way people live, isn't it? And actually
It
across the
is. It's
world.
in PNG. That is the one that provides food for the majority.
Mm,
About 80% of the population just rely on informal economy. Only 20% is employed
mm,
in the formal.
mm.
Even those in the formal participate in informal,
Yes.
or they are directly participating, or their family members are.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
So they're
so
supporting that even
yeah,
though,
it's like a supplementary income for them.
let's face it, that is the way we used to. Bartering, all of that is
Yeah.
informal, isn't it? Like there's no tax agent checking what you're selling or swapping.
Yeah, that's people say, informal economy, they don't pay tax, and they don't like that idea, but they are still paying tax
Through the products they
through the
buy.
products they
Yeah.
buy, the transportation they
Yes.
use.
Yes. Yeah. They're not
The
off grid as such. They are
no,
definitely part of the system. Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
So that would have been fascinating. So that was an amazing presentation, and I'll talk to you about that in a moment because I think that that's a real solution is to acknowledge that informal
yeah,
economy and
yeah.
give it the credit it's due.
Yes, give it the credit. It has
Yeah.
to be recognized as another important economy.
Mm.
In fact, supports the formal economy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know this in terms of currency and money that to have a wealthy society, you actually have to have a dependent population as well. There's got to be some at the top and some at the bottom, some in the middle,
That's
some
right.
that are workers, some that are happy to be cleaners
Yeah,
and find great pride in that job,
that's
and
right.
others that aspire to get to the top.
That-
And I think that those at the top need to stop thinking they're the best. So, 'cause,
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
I
you're
know.
right to say that.
Oh, well, I know this from the hospital. So I have great friends that work in the hospital. It was one of the wardies that explained the hospital is only hygienic if the cleaners do their job. And
That's right.
everyone, everyone,
That's how valuable they are. We need
valuable.
them.
The entire hospital can come down with some sort of pandemic if it's not clean. And I went,
That's
wow.
it.
Yeah, so I have great respect for people that do whatever
Yeah,
job they're doing. So
yeah,
I love the work that you and Jane did, and I'm really
yeah,
pleased to see that you and Jane have kept
yeah.
your friendship going. I met you in Cairns at the EAROPH event.
Yeah.
How long had you been with EAROPH by then?
Not quite long. That was the first time for me to,
Yeah, well, my first
to
time
meet
too.
with them, and now we are here.
Yeah, and look at us being all
And yeah,
international.
yeah,
And housemates too, we're sharing a space, so we're
yes,
getting
we
to know
are
each other
housemates.
very well, loving that. So I'm just so proud that you've been able to start this
Yeah.
organisation. What's your hopes? Why are you giving up your time? Because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of time.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I actually, I think it's because I have the personality, I have the character of helping other people and thinking about, the common good for everyone. Yeah, maybe that's the thing that actually led me to this.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how I always think of helping others and you know doing things for the best
Mm.
for everyone,
Yeah.
not just myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why being part of an organisation like this
yeah,
is for a bigger
yeah.
cause, a global
That's
network,
right.
really, isn't it? It's
Right.
an amazing network.
Yeah, I worked with the government of Papua New Guinea. I was there for a while, 7 years almost,
That's a long time.
and I felt that I wasn't quite utilized for my skills.
Mm.
So like this is an opportunity for me to get out and do something for my country, for my people, and for the world as well. Global Addressing global issues is something close to my
Yeah.
heart
Wow.
because we are all humans. We are all facing the same we all have the same challenges, and
Yeah.
how can we help each other?
Your qualifications are very different, aren't they?
Yes, I am a geologist by profession. I currently work for Kainontu Mining,
Mm,
and I am on field break now.
right.
So I get 12 days off from work. So
So this timing of this forum worked perfectly for you to.
no, not quite, but I had to ask my boss if I could take extra days
Mm-hmm. Mm,
off,
mm.
and he agreed.
So you have the Pacific Island region, which
Yes.
is quite a big region, and we're here at the Pacific Urban Forum. So the Pacific region is, like we're looking at the map last night, it's an extensive region which takes up a lot of different types of communities, from
It is
micro Melanesia, then there's right up
Polynesian
Polynesian,
and
Australia,
Malaysian.
Malaysia, right up there.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, I know, in terms of getting in touch and with other smaller countries
Yes.
like Cook Islands, Vanuatu. I
Mm.
have to reach out to them,
Mm.
and we're all Pacific Islanders. We need to be together, hold our hands together, and
Mm. Mm.
work. See
Well, we talk about
what we
that
can do.
collective action, right?
That's
That's
right.
been said a lot here, actually,
Yeah,
at the forum, and I'm
yeah,
really interested in that because it's one thing to be here and you're getting to know each other, and it's
that's
lovely and
right.
social and
Yeah,
interactive.
yeah. This is really a good avenue for me to meet with all the other Pacific Islanders. I wouldn't have this chance anywhere else.
No, that's it,
So
isn't it? And so then though, what do you do when you get home? Well, you've got a wonderful opportunity now because you can actually
yes,
invite them in to join.
yes.
But how do you then maintain that network? How do you?
I have to get assistance from EAROPH Australia, my friends, and I'm gonna rely so much on them to just start up for the start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then when I eventually get my members on board, and I should be all right.
Yeah, well, I think that's the one thing that COVID absolutely did for us was allow that online meeting
Yes.
communications, and people are now
Yep.
so used to
Yeah.
it. And even I find someone could just be down the road and they can't get to your meeting just because they live in the same suburb doesn't mean, like, for family reasons,
Mm,
health reasons,
mm,
whatever. So yeah, I'm very grateful for this
yeah.
online
Yeah.
community. But yeah, so tell me then, why you've been here, what solutions have you been hearing for your community?
I'm really grateful to be here. Like this is the opportunity where we all meet, all the people from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
We meet. This is the opportunity to meet and collaborate. Collective action. That's all that is needed. If
Yeah.
we really want something to be done,
Yep.
if we really seriously want to address the issues that we are facing, we
Yeah.
need to collaborate. We need to.
Oh, Jane, come and join us. Look who we've got. We've just been talking about. We
Hi,
are,
Jane.
but we were just talking about
Yeah.
you. So
Come and join.
here we go. You take my microphone. There we go. But yeah, so we now have EAROPH Pacific Islands. What's your hope for that?
Well, we've for a long time been told by Pacific Islanders that there's a need for professional support. So back in 2010, I think it was, the Planning Institute for Australia supported a gathering of Pacific Islander planners
Yeah.
and formed the Pacific Island Planners Association, PIPA for short. And we developed a constitution, they elected a committee, but it all fell apart because the communications between the islands just didn't work. So there was just no way of maintaining that as an organisation. So since then there have been calls to try and revitalise it, because now at least people can use internet a bit, even though it's not perfect. And there's still this real call for that professional support. We found in 2010 we got at least one planner in every country, but usually they were doing half a dozen other jobs as well. And they might well have been a geologist or a lawyer or a surveyor or something, and they just did planning on the side. And they just didn't have the training in planning.
Yeah.
So part of it was building that professional capacity. So anyway, we've decided to revive it as a Pacific chapter so that EAROPH can give that support, and we can try and pull in some of the training institutes. We're trying to involve the Commonwealth Association of Planners as well as the New Zealand Planning Association, and we may in the end pull in some more organisations to give that support. So the key need really is exchange of experience and then capacity building, and we'll just see how that evolves.
Fantastic. I think it's wonderful that you, because it does take a person to front an association or organisation so people can, you know, form a relationship with it, isn't it? It can't just be an email out. It needs to, and so, I think that's a wonderful role for Betty. And
no, it'll be great. We're looking forward to working with her on that.
I felt very remiss not having champagne there last night. I thought, like, we needed champagne.
Well, we're going to do the launch tomorrow lunchtime, so that'll be the photo opportunity. I don't know if anybody's going to bring champagne, but you know, we can certainly celebrate. Yes, celebrate.
Yeah. Well, you came at just the perfect time because we've just been talking about. So thank you. Thank you, Jane. You came at the perfect time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. No, we'll just finish up. Wait a minute. We'll just finish up. You've been here. You've been listening to lots of conversations. You're now the president of EAROPH Pacific Islands chapter. So you've got some real things to go home and do.
Yes.
What message would you like to give to people? What's your main concern for in terms of the new urban agenda and what this is all about, human settlements?
Melissa, I first of all, I need to advocate for EAROPH, then they can listen to what I have to say. Yeah, so people tend to follow different groups. People don't like changes, so I have to advocate for EAROPH, do some awareness, and then tell them what we do and what we stand for, and then get people to listen and even to be members.
Yeah.
Like I told you earlier on, I'm not sure if I discussed with you or not. I try to send out emails to invite people to come to this forum.
Trying to communicate what it is.
Try to communicate what it is, and people just, I don't know, maybe they are just ignorant, or they probably need more information, more awareness.
Yeah. Well, so much of this work goes on in the background, you know, this policy conversations and these big forums. They say this is the biggest forum of this kind to have happened in the Pacific. So there's over 300 delegates that are all very targeted, specifically associated with the idea of urban development and planning that with climate action at the centre of it. So it's a very specific topic.
Many people need to participate in this kind of dialogues. They really need to participate.
Well, congratulations. I wish you well on this next chapter of your life. It's
Thank you, Melissa.
I think you are definitely not naive to what it's going to involve. There's definitely going to be a lot of time, but exciting, and congratulations. Thank you, Betty.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you. As the sun sets on the beautiful island of Fiji, I am very grateful to those that have hosted me here. Outcomes from the Pacific Urban Forum discussions can be found on the websites of the Pacific Urban Partners, EAROPH International and EAROPH Australia. We are all striving to ensure everyone has access to an inclusive, safe and climate resilient place to live, whether that is rural, coastal or urban. What will you do about that?